I haven't told anyone. 2 weeks ago, I was kind of like, bro, I was low-key kind of going crazy. It kind of got to me, and I was like, bro, like, dang, like, I can't go out.
You have clean drinking water in your toilet, and you poop in it. Other people don't have that privilege.
One thing for me is big is going to the gym. And it's not necessarily because I want to be huge or I want to look better than everyone else. I need it because of my stress, bro. It helps me out. And that helps me out a lot because I don't have time to sit around. Your mind plays tricks on you, basically.
So at times, somebody in your family could feel like a stranger. More like a stranger than they do like a family member, you know?
I didn't realize how serious it was. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, choir direct. When it hit me when I became a choir director, like, was I that childish? Was I that immature? Like, it's a change of life, but it's for the best. How much money does it cost you to share somebody's page? Or how much money does it cost you to give someone a shout out? It doesn't, you know what I mean? And it's just like, the fact that we don't because we're like, oh, but he's gonna get more people. It's always about spreading that love and everything. You know, think about whenever you're 70 and think about present time, you know, whatever you're doing now, is that gonna make you happy when you're about to die?
I know there's like half the people that listen to this, they're not gonna get here. They might not get to this part. I feel like this is gonna help a lot of people. You can say whatever you want, bro.
Bro, you know what's funny is that I don't get nervous like normally. Maybe it's because
Insert sentence that will not be disclosed here.
I'm
I'm recording. I'm about to bleep that.
chill.
Hey guys, Jared from the future here, editing this podcast. Before we send it out, we just wanted to make sure that we mentioned this in the beginning because it was something we mentioned towards the end. But we asked that everybody go over and support our friends Aisha and Richie. Aisha sells masks, and Richie is selling clothing with his brand Above All Official. We appreciate if you guys do that. Link in the description for all of their handles and everything. There are also timestamps in the description if you want to jump around to different topics. Once again, we appreciate all of your support. And remember, you're listening to the Lama Podcast. And welcome back, everyone. It's been a while since I've been here on the Lama Podcast. I'm with Edgar. He's freaking out over here. What's again, Edgar?
Hi guys.
You okay?
My name is Edgar.
And
I'm
he's
a little
not nervous.
I'm not nervous at all. No, never that. Anyways, my name is Edgar. I'm from Valhalla, South Carolina, and I'm 16 years old.
Dude, I always forget, especially because you're so dang tall and so manly looking, that you're 16.
Yeah, I know. I'll be 17 soon though, so it's okay.
When's your birthday again?
July 11th, 7-Eleven. I can go to 7-Eleven and get a free what's it called? A Slurpee? What is it called?
Really? You can?
Yeah.
Like anytime?
On my birthday.
Oh, on
Yeah,
your birthday.
Free on 7-Eleven because my birthday is the same as the
Damn.
gas station.
Dude, that's true.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm gonna
that's
go
hella
get some.
cool. My brother is on July 13th. He's real close.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. We need to go get some 7-Eleven on my birthday.
Dude, heck yeah, I'm down. If we get out of, if the Rona lets us out, heck yeah.
Oh, show.
Yeah,
Alright.
but we have to call it. I'm here with Edgar. A lot of you guys know him.
You swear?
A good amount of people know you. I think it feels like it. Like I got I think 2 or 3 people followed me on the podcast. So shout out to Edgar.
Boy,
But yeah, what's it called? Edgar's a good friend of mine. I've known you. How long is it? Barely like a year, right? Like a year or almost a year.
like the Washington baptism? Is that what? Or before that?
When was Washington? In November?
No, that was July, bro.
That was July?
That was in the summer.
February, March, May, June, July. Oh yeah, it was then. It must have been then.
I swear we met before though. I don't know. The point is we hit it off ever since we met. We've been super chill.
Dude, yeah, and honestly, I feel like our friendship's weird, dude, because I don't remember the getting to know you stage. Exactly.
I don't remember, yeah. I just remember that we were like, oh, what's up, bro? Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, it was like we clicked like that, dude. Hella quick.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's because we were like, I was like, you're a choir director? And you were like, yeah, are you? I was like, yeah. And then we tried to act cool. Remember in Washington, we tried to act important.
Yeah. Because I tell everybody, so me, especially here, because before, when I was in California, most of the other directors and stuff, they already knew me, right? So like I have
Mhm.
a little bit more of the street cred, you know? So it's like easy for me to go and like be able to talk to people and get participate and stuff like that, you know? And stuff.
Yeah.
But over here on the East Coast, this was the first event that I've been to. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna bum rush anybody that I know, and the only person I knew medio was Brother Mosqueda, and I'm like, I'm gonna go right up to Mosqueda, bug him, and then eventually he's gonna make me do stuff, and that's what he did. You know, like I told you,
Uh-huh.
I was walking around with like a 3-year-old credencial, and it just says I'm a choir member, but I'm like, you walk around with this, people think you're important.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I
So
was doing
that's why I
too.
always do that, you know. And I guess it was just cause like I don't know. I guess we were just cool when we met, and I was like, okay, follow me, you know.
Yeah.
And I hooked that girl up. We got hella good seats over there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was so cool. That was real fun.
All right.
But yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I don't have any relationship like that to anybody else. So, like, I don't remember meeting them or nothing, you know.
I know. I was just like, what the heck?
And that feels weird because even then, I felt like I kind of knew you because I was like, oh, I gotta make sure I don't leave this dude, you know. I gotta like stick
Yeah,
with
I
him.
know. I know, me too. I was like, heck no, man. I didn't know no one. Like, at that time, it's like I became a choir director in December, so it was my first event as a choir director too.
Are you serious?
So yeah,
Dang.
and I think it was December. Yeah. So yeah, in December, and so it was my first event as a choir director. I was hella young and
Wow.
everything, and I was the same thing as you. I was just like, I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Mosqueda, and I'm like, who's Mosqueda? I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Dude,
how
I
fresh
didn't
my.
know about Mosqueda for like when I was a director for like 2 years, dude. Cause I was just like, even when I was a director, I was like the assistant. And what happened, Ticos? Nah, it's good. I think it's alright. Can you hear me a lot or the noise in the background a
Yeah,
lot?
you're straight. No,
Ah,
you're
it's
straight.
good. It's good, Ticos. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, dude, like I didn't know Mosqueda. Like I knew of the name, but I never connected the two, you know. And I was like, I just saw this brother helping all the time, and I was like, oh, that brother's hella faithful. Then I was like, that's Mosqueda. I was like, oh, beep, that's Mosqueda. You know, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I saw him until like the day before we had a studio. Ever since then, we've been tight. I guess because I'm young and like he wants to use me since I'm young or something. I don't know, but it's been pretty tight ever since.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, it's so crazy how things just like they move so quick like that, huh?
Yeah, heck yeah. It's just like,
Dude,
God dang.
so cool. Dude, I didn't know you barely started directing like in December.
Yeah, I was really.
And like, are you
I had
like
no clue.
brand new? Like, you didn't know music, or like, did you know más o menos? Were you like training or qué?
Wait, no, we're gonna go ahead and start with our choir topic since we're
Oh,
already on it.
yeah.
um, I there was I'm gonna be discreet. There was a problem with the choir. Blah blah blah. We needed a director,
Yeah.
and I went up to the minister on Saturday night because we were basically giving ourselves choir practice, like 1, 2, 3, this control. Everyone to start. We
Yeah.
had no director at the time, and I told the minister, I
Oh,
was like,
dang. You guys were
hey,
like that?
yeah,
Dang.
and we had a lot of people too. So I was
Yeah, you
like,
guys
bro,
are big.
someone's got to step up. And at the time, I was barely 15.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, so I went up to the minister, Brother Benny, and I was like, hey, brother, I know we don't have a choir director right now, so I'll temporarily fill in. And then
It's never
he just
like
looked
that.
at me. Yeah, he just looked at me. He just looked at me. He was like, nah, be permanent. You'll start tomorrow. And I was like, oh. My goodness,
Dang.
Saturday night and had a direct in the Domi.
Liar. Dude,
Swear.
were you freaking out like all night?
No, bro, I didn't even sleep. I went to the
Dude.
5 too because I was scared. I was asking God to help me. I was like, bro, heck.
Dude.
And
That's like the same
so
thing for me, dude. That's so tough.
bro, Domi came. Easiest cantos like Dios, oro Dios, all these cantos. I was like, heck no, I'm not risking it, bro. And then it was
Yeah.
terrible because I when I was directing, my hands were terrible. Like it looked like I was
You're
cooking
all
something, or I don't
awkward.
know. Yes, I was just like, oh gosh. So that's how I became a choir director, and then ever since then, little by little, I started learning more until I didn't realize how serious it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like how
Everyone's like,
much
oh,
it takes from you.
choir director, and I was like, bro, like I quit. I had to quit sports. I didn't have to, of course. The decision came on my own, but
Yeah,
I quit sports.
you felt the
Like
necessity to do that.
yeah, and then it was just like so much more, like you have to give the attention to all four voices. You have to answer any questions from all four voices. Forget that, you have to put the example to the whole choir spiritually and everything. It's just like
Yeah,
so I didn't take it that serious, I'm not gonna lie at first. Maybe because of the emotion I had or whatever. But then uh you know, thankfully we have moms and she kinda went off on me. And
they're like, ¿Qué
she
estás
was,
haciendo?
like I don't know. She was like, "You gotta take it serious. You need to concentrate and everything." And then I realized that it wasn't gonna be a spiritual preparation. You need to have some musical knowledge. So little by little, like right now, I'm great. I'm feeling. Directing wise, I was a little awkward first couple months, and then little by now, I'm so comfortable.
Mhm.
I feel great right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, it takes time. It takes time, and it takes a lot of time out of your life. Your choir director life, it's not like, fiestas, you can't go be like, oh, we'll go to church and then we'll go hang out after. Or we'll go to church and we'll go eat. Like, no, you gotta be home or you gotta be hotel early to get up early. It's like it
Yeah.
literally your whole fiesta is taken up by choir. All the people who are from church, they're gonna know like Santa Cena, May, December. Those lines, they start early.
Dude,
So
yeah.
it's uh it's a lot of responsibility, a lot. But it's worth it. It's
Yeah.
like
That's definitely true.
it's it's the best decision that someone could make. Obviously, everyone has their um, area. You get what I'm saying? Some people are they're good at speaking. Some people are good at singing. Some people, everyone has their own thing. But
Yeah.
if you feel it's for you, then it could probably be for you. In the most, you got to put your effort. So,
Yeah.
whew, choir director's
That's the
life is.
thing. That's like what you were saying, like it changes so much about like what you do, because like I know that the thing that I always like that I used to like I guess value or that I like to do was with my friends. We would always go like be it either after church because I joined choir when I was like 14, but then I like literally I was in choir for a month and I got out because I was like I remember one time it was brother Lee. He was all talking like he's all telling us like, "Oh, you guys need to be consecrated. You guys need to be doing better, right?" And
Uh huh.
then I felt like he was looking at me the whole time. And then I was like,
Hmm.
"Man, I can't be doing this if I'm like, like messing up if I'm not doing good." So I was like, "Man, you know what? I'm gonna just get out of choir because I feel like he was talking about me and like maybe I need to change something and come back later, you know." Because I was really, especially when I was younger, I was really dumb and like goofy. So I was like, man, maybe I'm not like acting right or like that's not how I should be. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of choir. And then I joined again when I was like 15 and a half, or like around like 15ish. I think so. 15 and yeah, because my friend turned 14, so it was like 15 and a half. And then I joined and I'm in choir for like a year, and that whole year that I'm in choir, dude, it was like I started realizing more because after church I would go out with my friends and we go out to eat, we go hang out at somebody's house. It's like I could do whatever I want. It's like
Hmm.
like like about like after like socializing, I could do whatever I want. And since we're like in a small town, we would always go out like every day. Even if it was just to walk around the mall, we'd go out. But then when I started doing choir, I was started taking it seriously because I remember what the brother told me before. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm gonna just get out of choir again if I'm not acting good. So I need to like get
Hmm.
check myself. So I would always go to practice, and then there was like the same situation. We had something situation with the director, and then what ended up happening was all the guys left choir. Literally everybody. Like it was only me and I think one or two other bass, and then I was alone for like 9 months. I was the only tenor. you know, and that's when I felt more obligation because now I'm the only dude there, you know, so I
Mhm.
can't lack. You know, I can't be slacking on it because I'm like, literally, the sister, there would be like, she was the director, and the sister would have all these sisters here, and then only the a handful of bass, you know, and they were loud because they're like older brothers, and then me,
Mhm.
I'm like this young little kid, I'm like 15, so but she would go for the cantos, she'd put the mic right on my mouth, and I'd back away, and she'd literally like stick it right on my lips, dude, like all up on me, and like the first week that she did that, dude, I'd be like, you know, all messed up. So then I had to like try even more because I was like, man, I can't be messing up, you know. So I took a lot of time on my own, and I think that helped me because after she came, they switched it out for this other director that came with the minister, which was his brother-in-law. And the way I became director was that I was just like, you know, like I told you, like I was like, I'm the only guy here, so I have to try hard, right? And then
Yeah.
but when that guy came, everybody else was like, oh, finally the other person, not the director, I'm gonna join choir now. And then everybody joined choir again, but I was still like the excelling person, you know, like I was like, yo, I need to like go. And he would tell me like, oh, come an hour early to church and I'm gonna help you to learn the song before, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. And he did
Mm.
that for like 2-3 weeks, and then he was like, hey, you like doing this? And he was teaching me a little bit of like notes and stuff. And he's like, do you like
Mhm.
doing that? I was like, yeah, it's cool. I like coming here learning before, you know. It's like, I like choir. He was like, okay, well, I'm leaving you in charge of the choir for 2 months. I need to leave. And I was like, what the beep? You know? And he just left
Mhm.
me. He's like, I'm going to leave you 3 cantos to teach them. You know what the first one was? It was Psalm 115. You know
Mm-mm.
that one? No.
Mhm.
That was the first song I taught. That was the first, and I
Hell
was
no.
up, dude, for like, cause before he left, I was studying, dude, all day, all night for like a week. You know, it was so crazy, but like, you know, that's why I tell people about it. You know, it's like if you like, even if you don't want it to, you know, well, like obviously I like allow it. You know, I made the decision to do it. You know, but it takes over like your life. You know, and it's something that I like to do. You know, like I like studying, I like learning songs, I like teaching it, you know. I like because I like everything coming together, you know. And the only really struggles I had was like always like being the person that has to be in charge, you know. I really suck at
Yeah.
that. You know, like being the guy to tell them what to do and teaching and stuff, you know, cuz I was always good at directing because even when I was little, well, like my whole family's really musical, so I'm really good with beats, right? I can fill out the
Mm.
beat and stuff. And I would always direct like in the mirror, like pretending I'm the director, right? Because I do like choir. I always like choir. And I would pretend like that, you know? So I was always okay with that. But it was just like that, dude. It's like having to like, you know, get on people and like be like not confrontational, but being able to like, you know, like put your foot down when you need to and stuff, you know? I've never been good at that, but like I feel like progress, but that's always been so hard for me.
I the same thing with me, to be honest, when it hit me when I became a choir director and I had to regañar, corregir, you can use the word you want, is that I started thinking like,
Yeah.
bro, how did I act? The other director was here. Like, was I that childish?
Mm-hmm.
Was I that immature? Like, and it made me like,
Dude,
it
for
made me kind
real.
of, it kind of made me understand the jovenes, but it also kind of made me realize like, dang, like I did bad on my part. So to me, the thing with the correcting,
Yeah.
I just tell how it is. I'm like, look, you know how it is. Before, whenever it used to not go exactly how I wanted to, bro, I'm home, I cry. I'm like it gets to you because the weight is on your shoulders. Choir seems bad. Who's the director?
Yeah.
Choir doesn't get there on time. Who's in charge? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a it's like a teacher with a class. You know, there could be a couple good students in the class, but if the majority of the class is failing, who looks bad? You know what I mean? The teacher does because she's not doing her job. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's that's what kind of got to me, and I started letting it get to me, and I just realized, you know, like I have to fulfill with my part, and I have to tell them how it is with respect. You know, there's a difference between
Yeah.
telling people. hey, you this, hey, you that, instead of being like, with all the respect you guys deserve, this is what needs to be done. This is how it needs to be done. I'm not begging no one to do it. We know the responsibility we
Yeah.
have to the choir. It's up to you if you want to be part of the story or if you don't. And it's just that simple.
Mhm.
And it's that simple. And
Yeah.
it took me a while to get kind of put that in my mindset. You know what I mean? Because I'd be
Mhm.
like, I want everybody, or I want the whole choir there. I want this. You know what I mean? And it got to
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
point. Not not that it's like not that it's like unhealthy, or you know what I'm saying. Like, not like it's a bad thing. But me, I'm very
Yeah.
like emotional, I guess. So it got to the point that when sometimes
Mhm.
someone or something, someone wouldn't listen or something wouldn't go right, I would just throw out, cry, or I, or whatever I have to say. Please
Cause like you
come to
feel like
practice.
you didn't do the thing right.
Yeah, and then no, yeah, of course. But one other thing to me is that I would say, okay, 3 practices. You have to come to 2 out of the 3, or if not, you're not getting up.
Yeah.
And whenever they wouldn't come to the 2 out of the 3, they'd be like, "Hey, can I get up?" And that would kill me, bro. Because not kill me because I don't want to break the rules. I follow the rules, but it killed me because it's like I want them to have that blessing. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily
Yeah.
me hurting myself because I break the rules.
Cause
Because
there's like a line between like being like somebody that's enforcing and then like also trying to encourage people. You know?
yeah, because I kind of want someone to be like, get up. I want someone to enjoy because it's amazing being choir director. You get so many blessings, but I'm sorry, there's nothing like singing, to be honest. Sometimes when I direct,
Honestly,
I'm like,
directing is
dang,
stressful.
how I'm like, dang, like how I wish I could be singing, like how I wish, like, and it just makes me like, I don't know. Obviously, I guess that's life. You learn everything after it's too late, whatever. But it makes me like
Yeah.
take advantage of when I do get to sing. Like Santa Cena, bro. This past Santa Cena February, I sung my heart out. I was like, heck yeah, I don't have to direct. I sung my heart out. So I guess that's how it is. It's
Dude, yeah.
stressful, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. Whew. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, dude. And that's always like I feel like with situations like what's it called? Like you were saying with situations with people, I feel like everybody I talk to, they always have like the same responses to things, you know? Because
Mhm.
everybody's been in a certain situation and they've either saw what to do right or they made the wrong mistake and they're like, okay, now I know what to do, you know? Like now I know that that was stupid or that wasn't smart or whatever, you know? Because like exactly what you were saying is the same thing I was thinking, you know? It's always like, I feel like there's a couple things where I know, like looking in hindsight,
Mhm.
that I was so messed up, or I like not so messed up, but I wasn't thinking like 100%. You know, like I could have given some more thought, or like tried to think it out more or something. But like, yeah, I think that's interesting. It's just like we're all learning about it, and that's so true too. Like what you're saying, dude. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to direct. I don't want to do nothing. I'm just singing today because directing is stressful, dude. Even if you're just like, just because like during me too, like during church the whole time, all I'm thinking about is like, okay, what song? I'm like, oh, but we can't do this one, but it has to be like something like this, and then and then even when you're directing, you can't sing, dude, because you're like thinking about everybody and everything, I don't know, but I think that was like I still like it, like you said, it's worth it. I don't care how much it stresses
Mhm.
me out. It's still like the best thing for me.
Uh,
Heck
yeah,
yeah, dude.
bro. It's pushed me better in a lot of aspects. Um, Also, friend wise, it makes you realize who, oh, you want to hang out? Oh, I can't because of choir. A real friend's gonna another time. But then
Yeah,
someone starts to like, oh, now you think you're, oh, this and that, or
yeah,
you can't hang out with me, you're too cool for me. Then it makes you like mature. You know what I mean? You have the
yeah,
responsibility, and like you said before, because same thing with me, bro. Oh, the move for us was we went to Applebee's, and then just like it's a change of life, but it's for the best. No, no lie, for
yeah,
the best.
yeah, yeah. And then that comes with anything, like anything anything you do in life, people are gonna criticize you, even if it's just like, even if it's not like, even if it's your friends, just like being like, lightly criticizing you or just like, messing with you. Anything you do, be it good or bad, people are gonna mess with you about it. But yeah, being directors, hella dope. Being director is the best thing, and I hope we answered anybody's questions. You guys want to hear more? Maybe we could talk about it another time. But yeah, that's amazing, bro. I love doing that. Okay, here. This is the next one. Okay, and this was something that I don't know why, but I get hella questions, right? So the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of people, they like have asked me about something similar, or something like that, and I guess it's cause like, I think it's like easier to take advice from people when you're not like looking at them in the face, or they're not like
Mm-hmm.
directly talking to you. Cause like,
Yeah.
if you watch like some motivational video where you don't know the guy or something, and he's just like, "Get out and do it," you're like, "Oh man, this guy's telling me I need to do it. I need to do it." And then
Yeah.
when they say stuff, it's kind of like it feels in your brain like it's more like your idea. Like it's like, "Oh, I'm smart. I thought of this thing to do."
Uh-huh.
And then, but like what I'm getting at is like, I like right now. Have you seen like the statistics for like home abuse and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're like skyrocketing.
Dude,
Crazy.
yeah, like I think it's in Spain. They're getting like 40% more, like, so basically like almost double the amount of like calls that they get about domestic abuse and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
dude, it's just like, it's because people, I think they don't know how to communicate with each other, and they can't like, because most people, they're married to somebody that like, or they're with somebody that they don't relate with, or they don't have a good relationship with. Even if it's like some people are with their, just like their family, and they don't take the time to like have a relationship with their family or something. So then they have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of issues.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't talk to them, they don't like socialize together a lot, and then they get offended really easily because it feels like, at times somebody in your family could feel like a stranger, more like a stranger than they do like a family member. So I feel like that's the thing that's
Yeah.
like messing a lot of people up.
To me, what I'm thinking about, or what I'm thinking is, people need to, how could I say this? People need to, one thing that also I'm noticing is that, like, a lot of people are struggling with e- eating habits, because
Yeah,
they're bored, and
yeah,
and uh and so they eat because they're bored, but they don't eat because they need to be eating. They don't, and a
yeah,
lot of people get so stuck on the news, like, oh my god, did you hear the numbers went up? Did you hear this? You just need to. It sounds kind of dumb, but we need to take some time to detox. You get what I'm saying? Like, go out.
y-
Get sleep. Simple stuff that you can to get better.
going out
Because
to
to be
crowded places.
honest, me personally, no, like,
Yeah,
going out. For example, if you live in a nature area, I'll go out for a me personally, to be honest, I haven't told anyone. Like 2 weeks ago, I was kind of like, bro, I was low-key kind of going crazy. I was like, not going
yeah,
crazy, but you get what I mean? It was actually starting to get to me because I'd be like, oh, these people are crazy. People are crazy. And then it kind of got to me, and I was
uh-huh,
like, bro, like, dang, like, I can't go out. I can't. One thing for me is big is going to the gym. And it's not necessarily because I want to be huge or
yeah,
I want to look better than everyone else. I need it because of my stress, bro. It helps me out. And so they closed the
yeah,
gym, and it was just like, bro, it was going crazy. And my eating habits is terrible. Not that I'm complaining like, oh, I need to lose weight, but you get what I'm saying. I'm eating like stupid snacks
yeah,
for no reason. Um, it's just crazy, bro. So it's good to just take a break, relax, keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's the thing too, because like the reason people are having so many of the eating habits and stuff is because they're like sitting at home watching Netflix all day, and they're like, "Oh, let me go get my fourth bag of popcorn," and it's just like,
yeah.
nah, go do something,
And
like even if it's just walking your dog.
so like me personally, I either cut hair or I work on remodeling my house every day, one or the other.
Yeah.
And that helps me out a lot because I don't have time to sit around. I don't have time to, you know what I mean? Obviously, we should have knowledge of the news, but I don't have time to, your mind plays tricks on you basically. Like there's
Exactly.
this girl, there's this girl on Instagram that
Uh huh.
that
What's
she's
her
her name's
Instagram?
her Instagram name is Aisha or something like that, I think. And the point is that the reason I'm
Okay.
mentioning her is because she's making masks. You know what I mean? Like masks people to wear. But
Oh,
she's
huh.
putting designs on them. And for a good price
Mhm.
or whatever, I'm kind of giving her a shout out. But also, the reason I'm saying that is because like for example, her as a person, she probably stays busy. You know what I mean? Um, so it's not like
Uh
it's just
huh.
stuff like that. Anyone, as long as you keep busy, you're okay. But the thing is, like you in quarantine, you go crazy. But just because you're in quarantine doesn't mean you have to necessarily stay in your house. Go for a jog, go for a run. Social distancing is 6 feet apart. You get what I'm saying? And not to be in a group of more than a
Mhm.
couple people. So it's like there's ways to manage it. You just have to know how. Um,
Yeah.
to to me, for the people I actually really feel bad about is the doctors. Like in the news, the other day, I heard there was a doctor that committed suicide because it was just too
Yeah.
much. It was too much for her. So
Oh, I
to be
bet,
honest,
dude. I bet there's a bunch of people like that.
and those are the people I feel bad for. Like we got it easy compared to them. They don't sleep. They don't get no
Yeah.
breaks. There's the social media
They're
posts with the
risking their
nurses
life
that have
every
their
single day right now.
masks. I know, and they have like
Mhm.
the lines from how long they've had their mask on their face. So we can manage
Yeah.
it. It's just if we want to, you know. It's it's up to us, and we have it easy compared to the people who are actually risking their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
I think the thing about it, like you said, is like, yeah, keep going.
uh. But what I'm saying is like for people not to be selfish either. I get what I'm saying is you can manage it, but don't purposely go out. Don't purposely, because it's not you who's at risk.
Mhm.
There's other people that could catch it, older people. So it's not just you. You get what I'm saying? That's why you have to always have to be cautious and not be selfish
Yeah.
about the decisions that we're making. And yeah,
Mhm. That's
the
true.
commun- the communication thing too. You always have to have someone that you gotta be able to talk to and tell them how you feel and everything, because it's needed. To be honest, you need to be able to be open with somebody, not hold everything and bottle your emotions back.
Yeah, and the thing that I was thinking about, like how you were saying, is like I think
Uh,
sometimes people too much. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
yeah. No, keep going. What were you saying?
So I think sometimes people too much. We're like, since we're in America and we're like on this side of the world, we have life like way too good. Like life is really amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and people sometimes they forget that like there's people on the other side of the world that literally every single other day, like even when there's not corona, they're dying on the street of hunger. They're dying on the street because they're cold, and it's like, it's like, oh my god, you're stuck inside a house, but at least you're being told to stay inside your house to save your life, and so in the next year you can continue to have this first world life. You could keep having this life of being able to go out and buy your own food, being able to hang out with people, being able to drive a car on the street, being able to have clean. Dude, do you know you have clean drinking water in your toilet and you poop in it? You know, other people don't have that privilege.
Yeah.
Other people don't get the opportunity to poop in clean water. And it's like, dude,
It's true, yeah.
I still get that everything is in perspective, right? Like, but that's something that will help you to like humble yourself and understand, like, you know what? My issues, even though I feel like they're ginormous, they're way better. It's way better than somebody else. And then, I like you said, it's important for us to keep busy, because if you're just letting your life go by being like, oh, sad, I can't see my friends, I can't do this, I can't do that, then yeah, you're gonna be depressed, you're gonna be real messed up in the head, you're gonna be so sad, and this quarantine is gonna suck for you, and you're gonna hate every single second of it. But if you're somebody that's like that Aisha girl, shout out, but if you're somebody like her that's doing something, finding a way to be creative and productive, finding a way to sustain yourself, if you're somebody that, even if you're just doing like you said, if you start remodeling your house, building a garden, if you even go out to walk, listen to this podcast or anything, music, something, go out for a walk for an hour, and you're gonna feel so much better about yourself. You're gonna feel so much happier just doing those things, because you need to be busy. You need to keep yourself busy. You can't be all crazy and doing like whatever the heck like just like doing nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's gonna make you go crazy. That's gonna make you be insane. And like you were saying, obviously we need people to talk to, and this is the best time to talk to people. If you're not talking to your friends, you better get on the phone and call people, because what is everybody else doing? Nothing. You gotta send somebody a text, talk to people, because if you don't keep the social part of your brain, because us as human beings, we're social people. We want to talk to people, we want to socialize, we want to laugh, we want to cry, we want to do everything. And if you're just sitting at your home like a sack of potatoes doing nothing on the couch, you're gonna be all messed up. So it's like important keeping that balance in your life, where you talk to people, you're exercising, you're working on things, you're being creative, all this stuff. So that's my advice to you
Mm-hmm.
people with mental health issues. Go out and do something, talk to your friend on FaceTime for a bit, and don't just do nothing. Find ways to keep yourself, because your brain is a muscle. Your mind is a muscle. If you're not working it, if you're not trying to improve it, it's gonna get weak, just like anything else in your body. And like, I'm somebody that's like, obviously I'm not in the best shape, but I still understand that like if you don't work a muscle, it's just gonna end up doing nothing, and it's gonna die. So if you're not working that muscle, you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
weak. You're not gonna be able to keep it strong. You're not gonna be able to keep it healthy. And that's like for every muscle in your body, even your brain. You got to keep that thing on check. So that's to you people. Keep your mind on check.
Yeah.
Edgar, you still there? Edgar.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, oh, that's the thing too. Yeah, just stay busy, stay healthy, have someone to talk to, and always one thing I would notice, always if you want to talk to someone, if you want to tell somebody something that you need to tell them, you know what I mean? Because life is too short, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people that lately they have family that passes away, and my condolences to them and everything. But
Mhm.
they're always like, I wish this, I wish that, I wish, you know, it's in a point where we need to realize that we need to stop wishing and we need to stop having the thought. You know what I mean? It's not just
Yes.
it's not just the thought. You know what I mean? Because yeah, the thought counts. You know what I mean? The way you feel, the emotion counts.
Yes.
But what is the point of it counting if you never expressed it? You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
just it's just like it's just like you have all of these beautiful things. You have all these beautiful things, all these beautiful what could you say? Uh yeah, let's just say
Decorations.
things. Yeah, you have all these beautiful things, all these beautiful decorations, but you keep them locked up inside of a box instead of putting them in places in your house. That's basically what you're doing with what you feel in your heart. Instead of giving,
Yeah.
out. That's why a lot of people. right now they have problems, they have drama. Like, grow up, to be honest, because
Yeah.
you know if right now everything going on doesn't make you realize how short life is, how many people have died, how many people are infected,
Yep.
and you're still with that immature attitude that I'm always right or whatever. You gotta drop it because you don't know if it could be you or a close person near you. So
Mhm.
to be honest, yeah, it's a lot, but we just need to be able to manage it and not take it for granted because all things that happen, they teach us a lesson. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Mhm.
before, this is me personally speaking. For example, with the Aisha girl. By the way, if anyone wants to check out her stuff, her Instagram is at AIISHUH, and she's selling masks for seven
Go there, get a
dollars,
mask.
10 yeah, $7, $10, and $15, and they have different designs that you can do. So if you want a mask, go hit her up. They're good quality, I promise. And so what's the point of me giving her a shout out? Do I know her? Not really. But one thing I noticed lately is that before I used to be to myself. For example, when
Mhm.
someone would post something, I just like it, scroll, and whatever,
Yeah.
mind my business because I thought that was mature of me or whatever. But now lately, what I've been doing is like, if someone posts a singing video, I'm gonna give them love. I'm gonna show them love. If someone posts something, if someone, for example, Aisha, she started doing the mask things, I'm gonna spread love. I'm gonna tell everyone, hey, she's making masks because
Mhm.
it's not. I don't want to keep to myself. I want to people to be happy. I want people to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done
It's
with that
important to
past,
value people and they feel that.
and so like that's what I'm about now, to be honest. I'm showing love. I know maybe people are like, "Oh, that's annoying," or he's just trying to talk to people. No, it's literally I'm just trying to get people to feel good that people are valued, because
Yeah.
you don't know how much work maybe goes into going in those masks, or you don't know how much work whatever anyone who has a business and they're trying to make money right now, and you don't know
Yeah.
what they're paying for the rent, for their medical bills, so many things that we all have going on, but we surround ourselves and close our mindsets and we never realize everything that everyone has going on with the freaking 7 billion people that are on this planet. So
Mhm.
I just think it's time to mature, not in the sense, because maturity doesn't mean seriousness. Maturity means you have a
Yeah.
knowledge of understanding. So I just think that we
Being
all need to
caring.
understand, be caring, understand each other, be there for each other. You want to show love to somebody, show love. You want to tell someone that
Yeah.
you care about them, tell them, because it's just life's too short and you can't take it for granted. And we don't want to grow up if we survive this and be like, oh, I should have done, I should have. No, like, don't go with the should have or could have. Do it now, because now is the perfect time to do all of those things. So yeah, I
Yeah.
ranted a little bit, but it was necessary.
Dude, no, I think that's good because so many people, I think right now, and this is something that's like natural to us. We're naturally are gonna be, it's like, well, like part of us is gonna have a part of us that's like, of envy, of jealousy. It's gonna be something that's like doesn't wanna, for some reason it doesn't like. It might be because like maybe because there's always like that thing that I hear a lot of people say, like oh, I had the idea for something like what is it called, for like Uber or something like that. And then like right
Yeah,
now you see all these girls that are doing that they're selling their clothes. And
yeah,
some of them, like I don't know if they're like the same thing you're saying, like I don't know if they're doing it because they really need to. It's like, what if they don't have anything to, what if this is a way that they're trying to reach out to the people that they think, and they feel like our family are within their community and they're going to support them, and they have necessity, they don't have anything to put on, they don't have any money to be able to pay their bills, to be able to, sustain themselves for this time. I know a couple
and
people, dude, that are doing this because they need to, because they're like, you know what, I've been thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, I have to now because my dad lost his job, or I have to, find a way to help us. And why not support people like that? Another guy that I'm following that is doing something really cool is my friend Richie he's from California, from Redlands, and he has this brand that's like called Above All Official, and
oh
he's
heck
selling a
yeah,
bunch of
shout out
shirts
to
and
him.
stuff. Dude, yeah, I told him a while, like I recently just I was telling him that I'm gonna buy a shirt. I'm gonna buy a shirt from him right now, but that guy as well. He's in a guy that like he's has literally his whole family is helping him do it. He posts about it that his whole family is helping him. His sister's helping him pack. His mom is helping him. To order stuff, and it's like, I don't know his financial stuff if he's like a necessity. But it's like why not support somebody? Give them that support and show that to them, and like because what part of us wants to be envious and stuff. Why not go out and help people, support people, like you said, be somebody that loves, give them people validation, show them that they have value, what they do is valuable. And
And
like I went on a rant too, but
even if they don't have a financial situation, maybe they're just doing it so they don't stay bored. You know what I mean? There's
exactly,
no reason there's no reason to like not support. You get what I'm saying? It's like
yes,
I saw this I saw this tweet and it was like how much money does it cost you to share somebody's page, or how much money does it cost you to give someone a shout out? It doesn't. You know what I mean? It's just like the
yeah.
fact that we don't because we're like, oh, but he's gonna get more people, or like for example the rich guy
Or
from
who is he
Redlands.
for me to do that to?
Exactly, and it's just like, for example, the guy from Redlands and Aisha, uh, like I can see that they're starting to get a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? And that's good,
Yeah,
But a lot of people are like,
yeah.
oh, why did you set him out? Now everyone's gonna be hyping him. Now everyone's gonna be like, no, like on the contrary, you know what I mean?
That's the
It's
point.
always, yeah, it's always about spreading that love and everything. So that's the point. So I mean, I think that there's always a lesson in everything that happens in life. A lot of people are like, oh, it's because it's
Hmm.
not good. Oh, it's a waste of time. Oh, it's terrible. Like, those people. I'm sorry. To be honest, I'm more of a Republican than a Democrat. But all of
Yeah.
those people that are Republican and they're protesting the quarantine thing on the White House with their machine guns, bro. I'm sorry, but that's just so stupid. Like, they need to get over themselves. Like, the world doesn't revolve
Hmm.
around them. Like, they can wait, they can manage. Most of these people that are protesting are people that actually have money. You get what I'm saying? They're people that actually
Yeah.
have. You get what I'm saying? They pull up with these nice trucks. They pull up with these expensive guns. You get what I'm saying? And there's people that
Hmm.
over here that some people need quarantine just because they can't even afford to go to the pay for the test. They can't afford to go with medical bills.
Yeah.
They don't even have insurance. You get what I'm saying? So I'm more of a Republican, but in that sense, I didn't like how that happened. You get what I mean? I feel like people need to just
Cause
get
it's
over
selfish.
themselves. Yeah, people just need to get over themselves and let everything take its course. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's always been an issue that I always see. But I see that like I think this especially. There's like a good amount of people that are still like like you're saying. They're doing that. They're like, oh, why are you hyping them up? Why are you doing this? But I see that it's making more people be like, no, let's help these people out, let's support each other, and I think something good that's coming from it, and that I think will last, that we're gonna be more support, at least we should be, more supporting of each other, well, being able to shout each other out, help each other out, support each other.
Yeah, to be honest. So I don't know. That's just my take on the mental health aspect. Take the
Mm-hmm.
time for yourself. Take a break from news, social media. That's just gonna mess with your brain. Um, Go out, go for a run, go for a jog. Avoid unhealthy things. Don't. A lot of people maybe have problems. Don't rely to drugs. Don't rely to alcohol. Do something during the day. Get yourself busy so when you get home, you feel like going to sleep. Don't stay up at night. Tell people how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Show love. We can manage it. Us as humans, we can do anything that we put our minds to. So it's more of an option, if a question of if we want to or do we not want to. But we can manage it. We can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
dude,
that's
definitely. It's exactly like making the decision to be doing these things, making the decision to be like a good person and everything.
yeah. So that's our take on mental health during these hard times, as the person asked. A very good question, bro. I love that topic. That topic was great.
Dude, yeah. Dude, when we talked about stuff like that last time on Instagram, we were talking for like 2 hours about it, casi. So I
No,
like that we
bro.
can talk about it.
Nos pasamos 4 horas.
Oh yeah, it was
Um,
4, huh? Dude, that should have been a pod. That would have been a good pod.
I
That
know,
would have been hella
dang.
cool.
That, okay, so we did mental health, we did choir. Let's talk about something more funny. Okay, let's talk about Trump and Lysol.
Okay, have you heard about it? You understand what it is?
No, I'm a little lacking of knowledge on this topic so far.
Okay, so what happened was basically, hold up. Okay, so what happened basically is that, so Trump was giving a press conference and he was saying, look, so we all know that Lysol kills coronavirus. We know that, like, you spray it on and it dies like instantly. Well, maybe we should figure out something, like he basically said along the lines, maybe we could figure out something like that to bring into people's lungs that will kill it, or into their blood that will kill the coronavirus, And like everybody started taking out of context, and they were like, "Oh my God, he said to for people to inject Lysol into their veins, for people to drink bleach." And I was like, "Oh my God, what the heck?" Like it was like that's why everybody's joking about it, because they basically, obviously it's a dumb thing to say, because you're not gonna put Lysol in your veins or in your lungs, you're not gonna breathe that.
Hmm.
But it's also
Yeah,
like, like I get what he's trying to say, but he just said it so dumb.
yeah. I was talking to somebody and they were saying what he was saying and everything. It's just he doesn't know how to get himself across. He doesn't know how to talk. Um, right now
Mhm.
I'm looking what the Washington Post said, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But I feel like it's just because a lot of people don't take him serious and they take him as a joke. You know what I mean?
Like everything he says is
He
a joke.
he doesn't know how to express himself. Is he a good businessman? Yeah. Has he been a decent president? Personally, my opinion. But I think that's his problem, that he doesn't know how to um for example, the thing, you ever seen the thing when they put Barack Obama up of whenever he said they killed Osama bin Laden, and then they put Donald Trump up whenever they killed the
Oh
guy from
yeah.
Iran? Did you see the difference?
Yeah.
Now,
He
with
was
that,
like,
I'm not
"Yep, we
saying
got him."
he was like, yeah, he died like a dog and all this stuff, and I'm just like, it was funny, but it's
Yeah.
not to say that Obama was a better president or that Trump's a better president or whatever. It's not about that. It's just the fact that
That's just their
he
different
doesn't know
personalities.
he doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to.
Yeah.
And Barack Obama, me personally, I thought he was a very good speaker. He was like
Yes, very, very good.
he was a very good speaker. He knew what to say, how to say it. And like I'm not saying he's a better president. I'm not saying Trump's a better president, but I just felt he was a better
Mhm.
speaker. And I feel like this problem came across mostly due to the fact that a lot of people think Trump is a joke, not as a president, but just the way he talks, how he expresses himself.
Yeah.
And that's not just because of this one time. He's kind of earned that reputation throughout his trajectory of being a president. You get what I'm saying?
President.
Um, and so I don't know. He kind of brought that one on himself. He kind
Dude, it's
of
because every time he opens his mouth, dude, like all respect, but every time he says something, he ends up saying it in the worst possible way that just screws him over. Like the other day when he was talking about, like, when he said, like, the he's like, "Oh, we're talking about the Chinese virus," and then he just, like, this one lady was like, "Why do you keep calling it the Chinese virus? It's like it's not something from Chinese people," and he was like, well, it came from China." And I was like, "Oh my
yeah.
God, bro!" Like, because it's like
Yeah.
I get, because the reason he's saying that stuff, about the Chinese virus or whatever, it's like off topic a little bit, but the reason he's saying it is because China is trying to say that the United States did that they started it, that
Yeah.
they're the ones that did everything. So he's like, it's the Chinese virus. This came from China. And he's not
Hmm.
trying to say it to, like, offend people. but he's just saying it in the worst possible way, and he's screwing himself over. And the same thing with this thing, like, and everything else that he does, like, he says it, he like has the good idea, the good intent, but he just has to stick to his little script that they give him sometimes, because he just ends up making a little hole for himself.
Yeah,
Like, I
and then
remember the one thing that people were really pissed off about. Oh, hold on, let me just say the one thing. But the one thing people were really pissed off about was like when they had masks over, like when they made a bunch of masks, and then he was saying, "Oh, we're gonna send 4,000 masks to New York," and people were like, "Oh my God, he's crazy. That's not gonna be enough masks." Like there's millions of
uh-huh.
people dying, and he's only gonna send 4,000 masks. And then the governor of New York said, "Oh yeah, he sent us 4,000 masks, and we haven't even used all of them." So stop crapping on him. And it's like, see, like he has like the, not like he did the right thing or he's smart or he that's just kind of lucky, but he's just doing what he thinks is right. And like you don't have
Yeah,
to totally crap on him every time he talks, every time he does anything. He's just like you and me, another human being that's doing his best, and he might mess up, he might say dumb things, but we don't have to totally go over on him, like totally throw him
yeah,
under the bus.
yeah. I get what you mean. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, like I can tell, like sometimes he gives his press conferences or whatever, and he's like supposed to read a
Mm-hmm.
script, and the people that are beside him, they're like, "Oh my God!" Like you can tell they're nervous. Like, like he better not say something
Dude, yeah.
stupid or something. Like he better stick to the freaking script.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. To be honest, maybe might get backlash for this, but I think Trump's a pretty good president. Has
He
he
is.
has he done said some things? Yeah, that I didn't like. Yeah, but I mean, when are we ever gonna find a president that we're 100% with? You know what I'm saying? That we agree every
Exactly.
single thing
Never.
that we agree on every single thing. Like it's more than likely never ever gonna happen. Unless you're literally just like in love with
Exactly.
that
And then,
person or obsessed with them. I don't know. But so we just have to look what's for our best interest. Right now, I'd rather have Trump in than have Biden or Bernie, to be honest. That's that's
dude,
my
Biden
view
is
on
going
there.
insane.
Okay, next topic. We'll jump. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I felt like Bernie was look. I have respect towards Bernie due to the fact that he's been backing up what he's been fighting for years. It's not like it's not like
Yeah.
not disrespect to Trump, but it's not like he just hopped on politics. Like whatever he was fighting for, he's
Mm-hmm.
been doing that for years as a senator. So that's why I had respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
But me, okay, maybe I might get a little more backlash for this, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't believe in that. There's more than two genders. I don't believe
Yeah.
in a lot of things like abortion, for example. I feel like people should, you
Mm-hmm.
know what they're getting themselves into when they do what they do. I
Yeah.
think it's cool. I think it's cool if someone for example, not like I think it's okay if someone was raped and they want to get aborted, then that's fine. That's understandable because that was against their will, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
go into that um being careless, you have to be able to face the consequences, you know what I mean? And it's not
Mm-hmm.
that I don't support women's rights because women's rights and abortion are two different things. I feel like they try to always connect that,
Yeah.
saying that we're taking away their rights by not letting them do what they want with their bodies. But if we want to flip it, every time that there's a girl that has a baby daddy or whatever, they're over there claiming that they want child support, that this and this and that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like, how come that I'm not saying it that I'm sexist, I'm not, but how come is it that this is like towards feminists, I guess you could say. How is it that whenever they come for
Mm-hmm.
guys, the guys have to pay or else they get in jail? And so it's like, why can't they just follow the two gender thing? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's just BS that people have started. There's two genders. Whether you whether you believe and God created a guy and a girl. If you're atheist or whatever, then there's still
Yeah.
two genders. You know what I mean? Like that's not like something that should even be debated, in my opinion.
That's in your
But
biology.
yeah, that's just your man or your girl. You can tell because if you have a or you don't. You know what I mean? So it's like Um,
Yeah.
I don't know, but the abortion thing, I'm for it. If you did something happened to you against your will, and I completely understand. I'm not a cold-hearted person,
Yeah.
but it's just like everything in life. You go into school and you don't listen, and you get in trouble, then you have to face the consequences. You do a crime, you got to go to jail. You go into the risky position of committing the acts that you're going to commit, and you don't want to face the consequences. You want to kill a life. You know, to me personally, I see it as a life. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people say it's a fetus. No, I see it as a life. You know what I mean? Because what is the fetus or
Yeah.
whatever become? It's a human. It becomes a human. That's the point of it being in the womb. It's transforming into a human. So, you know, I don't know. That's my opinion. Maybe people think I'm cold-hearted, but that's the way I view, and that's one of the main reasons that I'm not a Democrat, just because of the gender and the abortion thing. That's like the the thing that I'm not for. Healthcare, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want healthcare? Of course,
Yeah.
but the gender and the abortion thing, it's too liberal for me. I can't. I can't. And I feel like it's just getting worse and worse with time because people are starting with the XY chromosome and all this crap, and I'm just like, bro, you're a guy or you're a girl. It's that
Mm-hmm.
simple. Don't hit me with that. You're a guy or you're a girl. I'm not saying that to disrespect people who want to have their own gender. Everyone's entitled to their own belief, but that's my opinion, and everyone else has their opinion, and they should be respected. But that's my opinion, and that's why I'm more Republican than Democrat. So that's
Yeah.
my
And
view. And real quick before you talk, uh, and I just think Biden, he has nothing to offer. I guess you could say, like, I hear him talk and I hear nothing. I don't hear any plans. I don't hear anything. I don't hear, oh, this is gonna be an act that we're gonna wanna. This is gonna be a law that we're gonna pass. You get what I'm saying? It's just, hey, I'm Biden and I'm running for president.
yeah.
I was Barack Obama's vice president. Y tan tan se acabó. You know what I mean? So I don't see no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he couldn't be a bad president, but I just don't see anything. I don't see anything offered or any new ideas, and that's the reason that it's just. I don't know. Biden's crazy, and then he has all these sexual allegations going on. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And there's like videos of people like whatever people are starting to call him Creepy Joe because like when he's around girls and stuff, he's just kind of being a creep to be honest, which I kind of saw.
Like rubbing up
So
on their shoulders and stuff.
I know, and like whispering to them, I'm just like, bro, you gotta. I mean, I don't know. So that's my take on it. I don't know. You can
Yeah.
voice
And the
your
like you were
opinion, Jared.
saying about the abortion stuff. It's like I think because I'm always been like like I'm the same thing as you. I'm more. I've realized more over time that I'm more Republican in my values. Because I guess like if you want to talk about like like because especially like within Hispanic people, there's almost like an obligation or like a feel to be like more democratic because there's like all these benefits that we receive and that we get to partake in. You know, but
I
then
just
I'm
feel
also
like
a person
I
that
just
has
feel
to
like
like
uh let me just say something real quick. I just feel like that's also just
yeah, yeah,
because Trump said he wants to build a wall, and if you believe in Trump, then you're not a true Mexican. You get what I mean? I feel like that's something more pressured into
yeah,
into who the way we think. You know what I mean? Just because of something. You know what I mean? So I mean, if we think about it, what president has said, "Oh, okay, all immigrants come through," or everyone? You know what I mean? None. And there's never going to be a president
yeah,
because we're overpopulating or whatever, and I understand their viewpoint and everything. So I just think that's something that's also pressured onto us from our culture. I'm not saying that I love Trump because I don't really love any
yes.
president to be honest, but it's just I favor with him. You know what I mean? Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the same thing. That it's like I feel like it's like the Hispanic people and the Black people. You always feel like you have to be somebody that's a Democrat because like you get welfare checks, you're an immigrant, you're this, you're that, and like
Yeah.
my dad's an immigrant, like I get like like I know that like even though like whatever happened, like he did his stuff. My dad's a citizen now, but like what I'm saying is like The thing is, in my values, the way I believe in things, it would be somebody aligns with more somebody that's a Republican. Because what I always feel like is that the Democrat people, they want to do too much to, and it's like you can't be like like so 100% like one or the other. Like it has to be like
Yeah.
all things that are good. Like you have to come together, bring it together, whatever it is. But like if they're like like the Democrat people are always like, oh, we need to give everybody $1,000 a month, or we need to do this, we need to do that, like offer these people. And I'm like, okay, like obviously that's like, it's like a good idea because we want to help people, we want to do this, we want people to have opportunity in America, be it like immigrants. But if we just like we can't just let a million people come in here. You also have to follow the rules, the laws. I've been somebody that's always taught, and like I feel like anybody, they're taught to follow the rules, follow the laws. And the law says you can't just come here illegally. It says you
Hmm.
have to be somebody that is like, you have to have a visa, you have to have this, you have to have that. You have to follow the laws. You have to be
Permission.
somebody that's like, you know yes, permission, exactly. You have to have permission to be here, you have to have these things, because that's just the rules about it. That's the rules about being able to be here, to being able to participate in society, whatever it may be. And then like, that's one thing that always for me is like, it's like, you too many people, they think about like, oh, but that's wrong. And I'm like, okay, you feel like it's wrong, but like, who said that America has to be the place to take care of everybody or something? It's like, I get
Yeah.
it's harder in other places, but still, it's like, you just can't break all the laws. And if you let everybody in the world come here, it's just gonna go broke. It's gonna be horrible. The situation for everybody living anywhere is gonna be horrible. You can't do that. So that's one thing that I am always like, it's like, you can't be like, I'm right, I'm left, I'm Democrat, I'm Republican. You have to be like, okay, let me look at what is right, what is it within the boundaries of the law and the Constitution of my country, of my city, of where I reside, and I had to follow that. And like the one thing that
Hmm.
you were saying that I always like, me is the about the abortion, because I'm somebody that like, because this is America. And
Yeah.
even God, He gave us free will to do whatever we want. So people can do whatever the heck they want about anything in their life. The people that you want to kiss, the people that you want to get with, the decisions you want to do with what happens to you and what affects you in your life, that's your decision. You can do whatever you want, you know? But that doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. I feel like that means I could disagree. It might not be something that I believe, something that I think is right, but I believe people still should have the right to be able to do whatever the heck they want, you know? And about the
Yep.
abortion, I feel like it's just like too much about people that, like you said, don't want to take the responsibility of their actions. It's like, look, that's like a little person inside of you now, and you made that decision. And then there's some people that it's like, they were assaulted, sexually, or they're people that that maybe they hear that their baby's gonna come out with so many defects. Sorry about that, but many people are gonna come out with so many babies gonna come out with defects and stuff. I feel like there should at least, because even though I think it's wrong, I feel like people should still have the opportunity to make that decision if they want to, even though if I think it's wrong. If you think it's the decision you want to do, you should be able to do it. But there should be like a time limit on it, because that's the only thing for me. Because I've heard like a couple interviews of people, they're like, oh yeah, you can get an abortion up until 9 months. You can get abortion up until 9 months. I'm like, okay, hold up. You guys can't mess with me now, because at 9 months, if I get it right, 3 months for a pig gets pregnant for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, babies come out. Human beings, at the end of 9 months, a baby comes out, and that's a living person. They're gonna grow up to have their own thoughts, their own things, and whatever. It's
Hmm.
like, at that point, I think it's like, that's too much. Like, maybe we should do it at the halfway point, at 4.5 months. You know, and then that way, at least there's now they have to have, even then, responsibility to be like, okay, I'm 3 months now, and I thought about it, and I really don't want it. Now I'm gonna do it. Because if you're just going on and getting this every single time, or like, if you're just making a dumb decision last second because you're like, nah, screw this, I can't do it. It's like, okay, like, there has to be some social, like, liability, responsibility. Because in anything you do, if you're gonna go, even if you're an idiot and you rob a store because you're hungry, because you're starving, everybody's gonna be like, hey, you robbed the store, you're gonna have to go to jail for a while because you made a bad decision. You made, or like not even a bad decision, but your situation led you to make an irresponsible decision, and you have to suffer the consequences of it. So you made the irresponsible decision to hold on to this baby for more than 4.5 months or whatever it might be. You made the irresponsible decision even within the law, and now you have to deal with it. So that's like my thing about it. Like about that specific thing. And then about Joe Biden, that dude is just crazy, man. Because the Democratic Party is so corrupt, because like it's like when it was other time with Bernie too, it's like with Bernie, it was just like they were just kept pushing Hillary. They kept doing like, we have to vote for her. It's gonna be a freaking woman, we have to vote for a woman. And it's like, oh my god, like why can't we just listen to somebody on what they say? Because I never really liked her. I didn't really like her 100%. So I was like, you have to be able to listen to people, and it's like too much of them wanting to people, and it's like anywhere you're gonna see it in the government. It's like they want to hold on to that power. They want to be able to have the people that they want leading the things, and it's like right now, I guess for some reason they want Joe in there because like he's just gonna end up being like the Queen of England, and it's just gonna be like a little sack of potatoes there looking cute, reading from the teleprompter. And I don't know, man. I honestly think that in November he's gonna lose because he can't talk. If they get into a debate, he is screwed because he's gonna have to go off the teleprompter. And he's gonna have to use his brain, whatever's left of his brain. It's gonna be bad.
Okay, so I pulled up the New York Post. What they said about it. They said Joe Biden denied sexual allegations from former staffer Tara Reid, insisting that the 1993 incident never happened, while also repeatedly refusing to release private records which may contain information about the alleged incident. He said, "They aren't true, this never happened," on a statement Friday morning. And so that's from an interview that I had with MSNBC. So basically, that's kind of sketchy. How is he gonna say it's not true, but refuse to open personal archives that could possibly have information? You get what I'm saying? If there's nothing to hide, then just prove yourself. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna screw him over for the election too, to be honest, because he's being sketchy about it. You know what I mean? If uh if a person was honest, hey bro, check what you want. You get what I'm saying? There's no there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing to hide. It. He's being sketchy about it, so I feel like that's gonna screw him over too. And I know, bro. I
Yeah,
already
and the
know
thing I think is like,
when the debates come, I know Donald Trump's gonna go straight for that. Same way he went for the emails with Hillary Clinton. He's gonna get ready. He's gonna
mm-hmm.
prepare. He's not dumb. And but Joe Biden's just I don't know. I don't know if he don't got no brain or I don't know, but
And the
uh
thing about it too is like that, like you're saying, it's like he's not being honest about it or whatever. It's like these things, and then like the thing is too is like if you like one thing, because like I'm a person that likes to listen to like everything because I know that every single person that I listen to, they're gonna be biased in some way. So I like to try to find a way where I can hear both people's side and like see who within my understanding, my logic is the dumb person or the dumb thought or the thing that's right or what's actually going on. Because I could tell you about somebody that like that went to go give a homeless person money, and I could be like, oh man, this guy sucks. He had $100 bill or he had $100 and he's like, screw that guy. I'm only gonna give him $5, And it's like, oh, or he could be like, you make it sound bad, and then another guy be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna give him $5. Like they can twist it however they want. Not the best example, but they can twist it however they want. So what
uh
I see is like no one is talking about what's it called, Joe Biden, about all this stuff going on, and it's like, why the heck is nobody talking about it?
uh
It's not on the news channels like on what's it called, CNN or whatever. It's like that's what makes me think about it. It's like why is everybody trying to protect him so much? And I'm like, it's just because everybody's just like, screw Trump. We have to get rid of Trump. And I'm like, okay, let's see who's gonna do better. Let's see who's more there in their mind. Let's see what's going on. It's like not everything you just have to be like, this is who I am, this is who I'm gonna like. If you're gonna run for president, Edgar, I'll be like, sorry, Edgar, I don't think you can do it. You're not fit for that. No offense, but it's just like
Yeah,
you have to understand who it is that you're gonna be. Who it is gonna be, and like who you have to look at them and be like, okay, this is the smarter person. This is the better person that's gonna make. I think even though they're not gonna make the best decisions, they're not gonna be perfect. They're gonna make better decisions more consistently than this other person. So that's my take on it. That's my thing about it. Just like don't listen to whatever's there. Do your research, like Edgar did right now, pulling up stuff and trying to see what the truth is. You have to be able to do your own thing and figure out and formulate your own opinion. Even and understand what the facts are and what people's opinions are, because a lot of times those are very different. So that's my take
yeah.
on it.
Woo! Crazy, bro. All right, guys.
Dude, this
So
is lit.
we're
This is
gonna
so much fun.
we're gonna run into our last topic of the night, which is what are our life goals? I'm gonna let my friend Jared start here first.
Bro. My life goals, dude, that's such a weighted question. It feels like it's like your mom asking or something. It's just like, come on, tell everybody. But it's like, I don't know. It's like something that I have to like. I think about. Everybody thinks about, because like I guess like in your head, you kind of formulate the movie of your life, the book of your life, the story, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. And it's like, like obviously you have to have goals that you're gonna strive to give you a sense of direction and to have something to look forward to, or have something to go by, have something to like strive for. And
Mhm.
for me right now, it's just like I what I want to do is to be able to like I guess in my life goals, I don't have perfect like explanations for it. I just want to be somebody that's happy, that he can have a good family, do whatever he wants, like be free like that. And what I want to be able to do is like, how could I say? Well, like here's like I'm gonna give you like the movie in my head, right? So the movie in my head is like go to school, what's it called? Go to school and be able to study something to be able to help within my community. Because I feel like that's always important. Being able to give your knowledge back and help others. Something where I can like I've always thought about being like a teacher or something. Because that's like a way that I
Mhm.
could help people and give them some sort of support. So I don't know if I'm gonna be a teacher at a school or just like like somebody that like that's like what I do or something, like like I don't have like a total perfect career plan, but I want to be able to do like learn about whatever I want, because I want to learn to go into business. That's the thing I want to do, later on, be able to
Mhm.
have my own business, do my own stuff. Like what I want to do, like I've liked a lot, is over here farming, so I want to be able to do that. And the thing in my life, the like my life goal, like the main thing that I always think about, and I know I'm like rambling, but the main thing I always wanted to do is to give back to people. Like I always tell my mom, like if I like, and I've talked with my brother about this, and it's like because my brother, he's really like that. He's the type of guy where if he has $100, he's gonna spend $80 on other people. you know
Mhm.
and I want to be able to do stuff like that. It's like I want to, like, one dream I always had is that, let's say it's gonna be the choir's gonna go to GDL or something. I'm like, I'm gonna pay for everybody's ticket, I'm gonna pay for everyone's uniform, and I'll give you $100 so you could buy food over there. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying that I want to be like a millionaire or something, but I want to be able to help people like in any way possible. Like I want to be able to help
Mhm.
people, because especially when it's like monetary or financial things. Sometimes that could be such a burden on people. And I want to be able to not even like I'm not saying give out like $100,000 a day or like a bunch of money. But it's like I want to be able to have that situation where I'm able to help other people on a regular basis, help support people, and give that joy to other people. Because what gives me joy, what gives me happiness, is seeing other people happy and helping other people, seeing them like accomplish something because I was able to, and maybe not because I was supporting them, but just seeing them accomplish something, and being there to say, like, I'm happy for you, I'm this. Like I love seeing people like that. you know So I guess what I want to do is like be able to form some sort of business and do those things, and help in those ways to the people around me, and the people in like in like my family over there in like Colombia and Mexico and stuff. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
really want to do is be able to make my own business, help out people, and just like you were saying in the beginning, support people. Because especially right now, I've seen so much value in helping people, dude. Like like we sent like we sent some money to some people in Colombia to this minister that we're friends with that we known him my
Mm-hmm.
mom's known him his whole life, and we told him we're gonna send you something to be able to help out the brothers over there. And he said, "Oh well, all the brothers over here already helped each other out." We're like, "Okay, well, just give it to random people." And just seeing, dude, like I'm not gonna say how much it is because I don't want people to like judge me or something, or judge us or whatever, or say something. But we gave them something, right? And to see
Yeah.
how much it was able to help so many different people is something, dude, that nearly brought me to tears, dude. Because I was like, you know what? This is the things that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help other people that don't have the needs, educate people. That's another thing I want to do, educate people on things that they to help them in their life, be it like spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
be it something like financial advice, because I always felt like I never had that, or like sometimes somebody to help me in some of those things, in certain aspects of life. So I want to be able to help other people like that. So I guess I don't have an exact plan in my head, but that's like the goals in my life for like my soul, for like my heart, that's what I want.
Yeah. I get what you mean on that. To be honest, it's just like it seems like something you'll never have the answer to. You know what I mean? Until it happens. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you think about studying, and it's just like, what major am I gonna take? Because me personally, I'm stuck on three. Because to be honest, one thing I love is history. I love history, bro. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you a lot of things about history just because of the love that I have for it. And I love teaching people. You know what I mean? Because you're able to help someone
Yeah.
succeed. You're helping someone to be able to have their knowledge grow for the better of them. You know what I mean? And so one thing I would maybe like to do is be a history teacher or just a
Mm-hmm.
teacher in general. Um, and then also I was thinking about uh, public relations. I love to talk. I was nervous at the beginning, but I honestly do really love to talk. It's like
Mm-hmm.
one of the main reasons I wanted to
Dude,
do this
yeah.
with you.
I don't want to get you off, but dude, you're doing good at expressing yourself and stuff.
Just to say, but I love to talk. To be honest, that's why one of the reasons I wanted to do the show, or you could say I've always wanted not have a podcast, just in general, be able to talk and express the way I feel because I love to do it. It's like I'm a social person. You can ask anyone. I'm
Yeah.
very social, and I was thinking about maybe doing public relations or something like that. You know what I mean? So in a sense, it's like, where am I gonna
Mm-hmm.
go? What am I gonna do? You never know until it hits. But I wish I could know so I could, maybe take a step forward. If I'm gonna be a teacher, let me start getting myself ready. If I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be a person that talks, then let me start practicing. It's just you wish you had a head start, but in reality, you can't have a head start for
Or
something
like
that's
you
meant
wish
for
you could
you.
read ahead in the book or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you want to be prepared, but in reality, you can't be prepared for something that's meant for you because you're not choosing your own path. You get what I'm saying? Life comes to you. I mean, I say it's a parte de Dios from God's behalf. Other people who maybe don't are atheists or whatever, because I gotta
Mm-hmm.
respect everybody. Then we can just say how life puts your path in front
Mm-hmm.
of you. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is that you never really know, but there's a lot of things I like to do, and it's just like, the problem has never been I don't like anything. The problem is I like too much. I need to source down. I need to find out what it really is.
Yes.
I love a lot of things, but what is it for me? Or maybe even religious wise, maybe obra, and it's just like so many things that I love to
Mm-hmm.
do that I'm not gonna say I'm amazing at, but I'm okay at. And it's just like I picture myself. I could see myself doing this. I could see myself also doing this. I could see myself doing that too. You know what I mean? So it's just,
Mm-hmm.
pray about it. Let life take its place. We can't rush life. We can't rush what's meant for us. We just have to let everything fall into its place. You know what I mean? And so that's my view on it. I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of me personally. I want to have a family, of course. Be married. And one reason too is like just being able to have someone. You know what I mean? Someone that you could be best friends with, but also have as a wife and children too. You know what I mean? Children are a lot of responsibility, like more than anyone could ever imagine.
Oh
But
yeah.
to me, that love that that we share, whatever for teaching, I feel like that has a lot to do with why I want to have kids. Because I want to have kids and be like, hey, don't do this. You're gonna hurt
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Do it this way instead, or do this, or make sure that you know what I mean. Be able to share the experiences that life has
Mm-hmm.
given to you with your children or with other people. You get what I mean? So I don't know. Life is crazy, bro. I mean, even up to this day, I am like, wow, I've done so many things that I thought I'd never do. And it's just like I was never expected. I was never prepared for any of them. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Goals, bucket list is super long. But it's just letting everything fall into place. To be honest, I used to stress it, but I don't know. I just let whatever happen happen. I just
Yeah, because I
because
think, like too many people they try to have like a roadmap for something, like I'm gonna do this, step one, step two, step three, step four. It's like I get that's important, and if you're somebody that like you're decided on what you want to do, like let's say I'm pick the first thing pops in my head. If you're like, I'm gonna be a nurse, you're like, okay, I'm gonna be or let's say I'm gonna be uh like for like something like you said, I'm gonna be a history teacher. If that's your decision, like I know you didn't say that's your decision, but if that's like your decision, then you know, and that's what you want to do, and you're 100% sure, that's awesome. All props to you. But if you don't know, I think it's like because that's something like you said. Like I stress too much out about the details about everything. It's like, and you can't do that. You have to like let life go how it goes, and how it comes. And then you just have to know what you love, what you like, and then that if you follow those things, that will take you to where you need to be. And then like you said, like you gotta pray about it and stuff. Like for me, it's like being a spiritual person. Now there might be people that listening to this that might not feel the same way, but like for me, praying about it and having that trust, because like if I put God before everything, I feel that that's gonna he's gonna put everything else in there. The money, the family, the happiness, whatever it might be, he's gonna put it in there. And maybe you don't believe in God or something, but if you believe in your heart and you believe in having like a soul or whatever you have, and like following your dreams and the feelings that you get from your heart or whatever, you know everything else is going to come if you follow those things, because ultimately you won't have anything if you're unhappy, if you're this and that. Let's say you have like you're a business, you get a degree in business management and you're managing this business at this corporation, and you have a $500,000 salary after 10 years, but it's something that you hate and you don't like. It's like it's I think that's something where it's like you have to know what you like to do, know what makes you happy, and not worry so much about those other things. It's like obviously you have to worry about it, but if you're unhappy and stuff, what's the point about it? So it's like let life take its course. You're gonna end up where you need to end up. Even if it's like you're gonna end up at a job at McDonald's, let's say, but everything else you do outside of McDonald's is like you fulfilling your dreams, you feeling happy. You're gonna all in your free time, you're doing everything that you love. That's the same thing as reaching your goals. Just because you don't have the like you're the top dog or you're making $1 million on something, that doesn't mean like that. Cause I feel like too many times people have their goals centered around being like about money and stuff.
successful with
It's
money.
like why don't you focus on having a family, of being happy? Yes, exactly. Be like successful with money. It's like why don't you try like we should try to be successful with our life, with our family, with our mental health, with all
With
these things,
I think
about
it's more about
happiness.
like
So that's
to me
my
it's
take on
more
it.
about yeah, it's more about like being who you are, like what you do in everyday life, how you feel when people aren't looking at you, how you feel when people aren't around. Do you feel like today was a productive day? Were you happy with today? It's like, and life, that's how it is. You gotta take day by day. You gotta be able to crawl, walk, but you can't jump. Because it's too quick. It's too much for us as humans. So, there's people that have no money, but they help out other people every day, and that's that's amazing to them. That's the goal. That's their happiness in life. I was watching this video the other day, and it was this guy, and he loved working at a retail store or some not a retail store. It was something like a job that doesn't pay well. You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And his happiness is just to be able to tell people, "Hey, hope you have a good day." "Hey, I hope you enjoyed what you bought. Have a good day." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not something necessarily that on money, yeah, how much success, but you know, I don't know. It's just whenever just think about when you're 70, if God lets you get to that age, or if life lets you get to that age. Think about whenever you're 70, and think about present time. Whatever you're doing now, is that gonna make you happy when you're about to die, or you know what I mean? Did it make you feel like the one life? Because there's one life, bro. One life only.
One chance,
I
yeah.
know maybe some people have different beliefs that they're gonna have another life. I only believe this is the one life we get, and no time to waste, no days to waste, nothing, bro. 100% every time, because it flies by. So gotta take day by day and make the best out of it. To be honest.
Yeah. Even if it's like even for those people that like, let's say you believe that you have another life, what kind of crappy story are you gonna tell that you wasted your first life about just trying to be like a millionaire, and people are like, bro, are you serious? Like that's what you were trying to do? Like that's what your focus was on? Like you didn't try to like do like something that you were passionate about? It's like you just gotta do what makes you happy. Do the things that like are fulfilling for you, because at the end, if you look back at your life and you're like, oh yeah, I made over the course of my life, I made 15 million. I made this. I made that. It's like, is that something that you're gonna be really happy about when you're dying on your deathbed? When you're like, even if you're not dying, but you're 80 and you know that you're about to die anytime within the next 5-10 years, and it's like, is that gonna be the thing that you brought in your mind? You're like, yep, that's what I did. That's the thing that made me happy. That's the thing that brought joy to me. The thing that I left my mark on, or whatever. It's like that's what
But
people should focus on more.
since you brought that up, no shade, no hate to people that want to make money, whatever. More power.
Yeah.
But to be honest, most of the people that are millionaires, I mean, maybe they could give money to charities and donations and all this stuff, right? Which is
Mhm.
perfect. That's good. That's great. All love and respect. But most of the people that, not all, I'm not gonna say all because there's some smart people out there, but most of the
Mhm.
people that spend their life making money don't even enjoy the money that they make.
Dude, for real. Because they're
They
like, oh,
don't even,
I need to spend another 20 million so I could be able to make back 25 million, and then like,
and it's
oh
just
yeah.
like, and they buy a Lamborghini, a 2019 Lamborghini. Well, 2020 comes and the new models. I want a newer one. I want a better one. You know, your passion, your not your passion, your hunger for something better, it never ends.
Mhm.
That's why you have to be conforme. I don't know the word in English. Conform. I don't
Conform.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be comfortable with what you have, not because of what people think or what people. It doesn't matter what people think. It does, but it doesn't in the same way. And
Mhm.
it's just like people who mostly make a lot of money, they don't even enjoy their money.
Mhm.
They're never satisfied because they always want the best. They always want better. It's never good enough. So, but there is rich people that they have enjoyed their life, which I'm not gonna say there isn't, because there is. There's always a couple special of every class, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just be comfortable with who you are, be satisfied with what you have done in your life, people, for example, I'm gonna just take an example, like Martin Luther King,
Mhm.
he died, he was shot, whatever, but I'm pretty sure, he was satisfied the fact that he was protesting. He was satisfied with the fact that he was fighting for what he fought for. You know what I mean? So it's about who you are, what you believe in, what makes you happy, what satisfies you, what drives you. You know what I mean? To keep getting up every day and fighting on. So that's my take on it. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
whew,
yeah. Man, yeah. You know what? I think this is like something that like a lot of times, cuz I don't there's like I don't want to say a lot, but there's not a lot of people that listen to this. It's a good amount of people.
mhm.
It's a healthy amount of people that support us, and I appreciate and love those people a lot, because they're taking even if it's just listening to a part of it, you know, like I know there's like half the people that listen to this, they're not gonna get here, you know, and like they might not get to this part, but you know, I feel like this is something that, you know, it's gonna help a lot of people, you know, because I know that for me, it like just talking about the even things that like, you know, in the back of your head, you know, just like it's like, but you never talk about it, you know. It's like it doesn't help you because then you're not like, you don't talk it out and you don't have the realizations, because it could be like literally like you just say like you say one word, like you say the word uh like passion, and I'm like, oh, that's the thing that I needed, you know, to like calm me down or to bring
Yeah.
me closure or something, you know. And like that was the one thing that I lacked to be able to like, you know, express myself or have this understanding of what I want, you know. And that's what I feel from this, like it's opened up my mind a lot. And I hope to other people that even in the slightest way, even if it's only a part of this, that it's helpful to them, you know, that it's something that brings them some sort of like, not even realization, because I don't feel like everyone here is like, you know, depressed or they have something mentally going on or something, you know. Like I'm not depressed or anything, but I feel like this for me has helped me, you know, like help me give me more like, you know, clarity and things, and you know, like just like not even if it not be clarity, but more security in things that I feel and things that I value and stuff, you know. So I hope for other people as well that, you know, you guys liked it and that you guys were able to enjoy this and able to take something from it, you know. Shout out to Edgar, man. He was nervous over here, you know, freaking out that he wasn't gonna be able to talk good and everything, but like you said, you're really good at talking, you're really good at express yourself, and I feel like that has shown, you know. And like we were like, you said a lot of stuff that, like I said, it opened up my mind, and I appreciate it a lot that you took the time to be able to be here more than an hour, you know, talking. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, me too. It was you know, I wish more people were watching everything. We're gonna try to give shout outs and all, but you know, yeah, it's really good, bro. It helps you lose stress and everything. That's why I do it. I mean, obviously, what matters is being able to have an impact on somebody's life. You know, maybe one or two words that you say, but it's also good for each other. You know, to open up and everything. So, I mean, that was the last topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of us being on the podcast or whatever to give a shout out to Rich and Aisha. Their Instagram is I am Rich G, and Rich gives out above all merch, and he's gonna have new merch on May the 4th. So go ahead and give that a check. Also, Aisha, she makes the best masks out there. You can get a plain design for $7, with the design for $10, and a colorful design for 15. And her Instagram is at AIISUSHUH Aisha. So go ahead and give them a look too. You know, show them some love as well. So
Again, for above all for Rich, it's I am Rich G with 3 E's. You know, I assume most people listen to this might know of him or might easily be able to find him. You know, and then his merch that he his clothing that he has, above all official on Instagram. Go over there, support him out, guys. Help him out. I think he's sold out like 2 or 3 times, man. He's doing amazing. He's doing great.
yeah,
Shout out to
he's
you, bro.
killing it, bro.
You're killing it. Yeah, that's amazing, bro. You know, so we wanted to get that. I think we'll put. I might put this at the beginning, just so because I want to make sure people go over there and help him out. You know, but
Yeah.
I appreciate it, bro. You know, go like we said, go support those people. Go help them out, even if it's just doing a share. You know, sharing it on your Instagram or on your Facebook, telling other people about it. If you can, if you have the means to, go over there and, you know, put some money in there and support them in that way as well. You know, but again, we're gonna close it out now. This has been the Lama Podcast. Shout out to Edgar. I appreciate it, bro, that you took the time again. This has been a great episode.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope that again we can do it another time, and maybe by
For
then there will
sure.
be more people that we could get over here to shout out and support each other. I want to see how much, if you guys go over there and you guys help and you guys get something from them, tell them you came from over here, that you were listening to the podcast, and you guys are gonna go over there. I want to see if, like, you know, if this does anything to anybody, you know, maybe in the future we can help other people out, you know. But that's it, guys. This has been the Llama Podcast. Thank you. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Say goodbye, Edgar.
I said deuces.